ladies and gentlemen, introducing Mark Pyre's Renaissance Man.
Okay, people, gather round. The Mark Pyre's Renaissance Man show. Is he still alive? Wait, hold on, I'm not done. Trying to get to the bottom of this. Number 2. Is he still alive?
He is, Dr. Evil.
Why is he still alive, and why did you answer when I was asking number 2? I'm trying to get to the bottom of this. Number 2!
A plan is in the works, Dr. Evil.
This is wonderful news, number 2. Over 1,000 days in a row, we've managed to keep the world from knowing he exists.
Dr. Evil, he's still going and doesn't care.
Well, we need to find another way to stop the show. He's making me look bad, you know? Yeah, no. Perhaps we can make him look like racist or something?
That may work, Dr. Evil.
Perhaps we can get the media to cancel him?
This is your best idea yet, Dr. Evil.
Okay, number 2. Get me Dr. Fauci.
Dr. Evil. Dr. Fauci is on the evil monitor.
Thank you, number 2. Dr. Fauci.
Dr. Evil. It's Dr. Fauci.
Well, Dr. Fauci. It looks like the gig is up. The Renaissance Man show knows all about you.
Yeah, look, they created a character after me. We gotta squash him like the friggin' mouse that he is. He calls me a weasel, Fauci. I'm not a weasel, okay? I'm not a doctor. I'm Dr. Fauci, okay? Don't call me Dr. Weasel Fauci, okay? Because that's anecdotal.
Anecdotal Fauci. That's what they're always making fun of you about. That you're always anecdotal.
No, I know. Like I said, that it is, everything's anecdotal.
Excellent. Dr. Fauci, initiate the final plan.
They never even asked you. Welcome, family and friends, to the Mark Pyre's Renaissance Man show. We are live every single day of the year for unscripted live comedy, songwriting in the moment, and total inspiration. So join us on a tour of some of the accomplishments and content created in the first 1,000 days and counting of Renaissance Man. Since January 1st, 2021, 170 songs have been written and released on iTunes and Spotify. Though my monthly streak has come to an end, I will be dropping many albums for you going forward. Join us for the live comedy news. Every night of the year, 7 stories are chosen, SNL Weekend update style. I've also released 4 feature comedy films. Batmark vs. Supermark, Three's Company the Breakup Artist, A Christmas Story, and Peter Bishop, the Wolf of Crypto. BB Poo Poo! Things were pretty bad for BB Poo Poo at the beginning. Within these comedies, many original characters have surfaced. You know, we have Batmark Dick Facce, which he doesn't look like this really, but that's Foch. And then, of course, Supermark, who's pretty freaking super if you ask me. Just saying. Hammerlin Jameson's a bit of a drunkard, and he tried to get the role of Supermark. It didn't go well. He does all right as a side gig of, newscaster situation. But you can see in that top photo, he's not doing too well these days. Anyway. Dr. Wayne Doppler, tallest man alive, 8'9", Guinness, and he's also in the Batmark and Supermark movie. And Dr. Weasel Fauci, if you don't know who he is, wear 5,647 masks, especially if you're going to Mars. Stuck on Mars. I will be making a movie out of that. Sid 45, make sure you don't get rupees. Sid has rupees literally pouring out of his igloo. Francesco Vigilughi. Look, if you ever need a cartographer, there's just one guy. The Curious Case of Ben Affleck Head. It's about a guy with a head so large, he could literally change the poles. Oh, Dystopia 2021. If you missed that, that's the world we're living in today. If you haven't seen it, I did a couple episodes on it. And of course, we have many episodes of Spider-Mark, Peter Marker. If you didn't know, check it out. Mark Pyres of the Caribbean. That was a hilarious movie. And then if you can't dance, you just, watch this episode. There's 2 of them. Really good stuff. And did you watch Match Game? I did it. And Pressure Luck in it. We did a little Pressure Luck style too, Peter DeMarkin. And if you didn't see Waterworld 2027, I'm the last one left because of the bugaboo. We did many other homages to movies and TV shows and Face Mulder.
Sonny, you still got the cough?
There are over 100 insane scenes with Dick Face. And then of course I saved the world, saved all the animals and stuff too.
Zucker Chooch, are you kidding me? Excuse me, are you freaking kidding me?
We did a couple of raps this year. My Aunt Judy told me I could do a rapper's delight and took a poop in my double diaper. Back to the Future, Mark. Guys, the next movie that's coming out, Back to the Future, Mark. You may not remember some of the characters that I was in the past, so let's just go over it in real time. Marxist, I did it. Ten Commandments. Mark Stradamus, telling the future, of course. Oh, and the artwork I created as Leo Marco da Vinci. The Mona Lisa, when I got that freaking red, like murdering a family. That was what O.J. Simpson of the 1600s. Hey, Michelangelo, after you finish that, sculpture, you think you could paint the ceiling? Got it. Circumnavigating the globe is Mark Jellin. Markola Tesla? If I didn't do my time here as Markola, you guys would have nothing when it comes to electricity. I still can't believe it. I'm sitting there, I'm writing the Fur Elise, right? I'm in the middle of it, and they're scratching it out and they're writing freaking that hack Beethoven's name on it, right? Don't even get me started on what they did when I was Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Doing the fifth and taking all that work. And then, like modern days, when I'm doing Mark and M, doing the 8 Mile situation. Like Mark and M's the man now, but what I paved the way is the Marktorious B.I.G. as well. When I was Mark Claude Van Damme, I remember that one. Oh, Mark Schwarzenegger? You didn't know I was Mark Schwarzenegger? Yeah, that was funny when I worked next to DeVito. The Emancipation Marklimation of 1863. I did my time as Abraham Mark Lincoln. You guys didn't know I was Abraham Mark? You guys are all Mark Della. That's why this is all part of the Mark Della effect. Everybody's like, Mandela, man. No, it's Mark Della. Get with it. And then the time I was Mark Guyver, remember, you give me a freaking toothpick and some tooth floss and we're off. I'm building a bomb. So that's just a good overview of a lot of the shows, not all of them. We have tons of new gear up on the website, guys, markpires.com. And there you can pick up your gear, you can pick up a signed CD, and also don't forget about BeatSeat.rocks, my invention that I patented. This is her sitting on it, and this is a little demo I made. Welcome to BeatSeat.rocks. My name is Mark Pires, and I'm the inventor of the Beat Seat. Today I'm going to share all of the details of the Beat Seat. It's the ultimate percussion drum. You can play it with your hands and feet while sitting completely upright. It's got 4 playable panels, omnitone, everywhere you hit it sounds different. It's the first drum you could sit completely upright and play with your hands and feet at the same time. It's the Beat Seat. It's the only drum that you could play with your hands and feet while sitting completely upright. Anything you'd play in a drum kit, you could play on this, because you're playing with your entire body, but you're sitting upright. Your feet do this. So that's the Beat Seat, the ultimate percussion drum. You can play it with your hands, with your feet at the same time. It has unlimited tones. There's so much to explore. I hope to build one for you. Have a great day. Thank you for watching. And of course, fam, I can't leave you without a little bit of motivation. So take these quotes with you as we get ready to rock for one more night. And yes, we will be doing it again tomorrow. So, until I see you in just a moment, it's Mark Pires. And it's Renaissance Man.
When the wind starts blowing, I'm going to find a way. Some night when the world stops hating, we're going to find a way.
Tickets are available at the box office. Thanks for helping us keep the theater clean. As you exit the auditorium, please deposit litter in trash receptacles in the lobby. Please be considerate and don't talk during the show.
Thank you for coming to Lowe's. Sit back and relax. Enjoy the show.
It's Saturday Night Live. It's Mark Pyers. I was walking and it's looking for another way. I'm here my mind and to ease my mind and help my living. It's Renaissance Man. It's daily variety show Mark Pyers Renaissance Man. I'm here to connect with you, to amplify your current state, and I'm here with you on day 1,167 in a row of the Renaissance Man Show. We're gonna get into it just like we do every single night, fam and friends, so I hope you're ready for an action-packed show. We got 7 news stories for you, live songwriting, Joanne's wheezing already, right? You know, when we're doing it, and Joanne brings her wheeze from the top, I'm trying to do a monologue here, something to live for in the background. Joanne's back there ruining the song as per usual. Zabrosk says he's ready for his woohoo though, guys. He's bringing the woohoo tonight. Let's get it, Zabrosk! So many perfect ways to spend your days. There's something to live for, yeah. Something to die for, yeah. Something to live for, yeah. Something to die for, yeah. Guys, amazing how often I forget the old days. Who else forgets the old days when life was normal? People weren't out of their freaking minds. We're doing it, Joanne. Stop the wheezing. There's something to live for, yeah. There's something to die for, yeah. There's something to live for, yeah. Let me get a little steel drums. Something to live for. Something to live for. I need more. Yeah. Something to die for. Oh, yeah. Give me more. Hey. Oh, guys, Saturday Night Live. We're about to get into it. Joanne, stop the wheezing. Here comes the best part. Oh, wow. Something to live for, yeah. There's something to die for, yeah. Give me something to live for, yeah. Something to die for, yeah. Matt Zabrosk! We need a woohoo! We gonna get it tonight? Zabrosk, you bring a woohoo? Woohoo! He did it, guys! You know, it's times like this. I wonder if he's going to bring the woohoo. He did it. Joanne, you're still freaking wheezing? I should be wheezing. I'm doing a danceroo. Of course, Joanne's taking over with the wheeze again. Let's just try to see if we can get through it, guys. You know, we have to try. I want to welcome everybody. Day 1,167 in a row. Cutting a rug from the top. What's that? No, Joanne.
We didn't want to see you cutting a rug. She's like, why didn't you put the camera on me? People would have left. They would have immediately left if they saw Joanne doing her. She does one of these. She's like, when she's got something to live for, you know what, Joanne? Tomorrow I'm turning the camera on you for something to live for. The fam needs to see how goofy you look when you're doing the danceroo. It's goofier than I look, and I'm a goofball. We'll see. Tomorrow we're down it. Guys, we have an action-packed show for you tonight. Of course, I have no idea what we're going to do. We're just going to get into it, let the moment take us somewhere. And we've been doing this for 3+ years every single day. This is year 4 in a row. That's 3 Christmases in a row, 3 Easters. My birthday, my kid's birthday, my wife's birthday. And I show up because, you know what, we have a ball here, and also the world seems to be dying. So when we come together here, we create some magic on a daily. And I hope you'll be a part of that tonight. I'm not sure what we're going to do yet, but it's going to be something ridiculous. I'm sure of it. I have a premiere for you guys tomorrow at 1 p.m. We're doing a 1 p.m. premiere. In fact, while I catch my breath, I think I might play it for you for a second here. Give myself a minute to go fill up on the coffee. We're going to play some music tonight. It's going to be a ridiculous night. We have news coming at you. But I want you guys to be excited about this premiere tomorrow, 1 p.m. I want you to join me for this. Some pretty crazy stuff coming out of this show. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube yet, head over to YouTube. The link is in the bio. I'm freaking... I got to work out more, guys. Are you kidding me? I do a little danceroo. I can't catch my breath. I'm sounding like Joanne. You know? Calm down, dude. You dance for like 30 seconds. What are we talking about? You dance for 30 seconds? And all of a sudden, you know, you're doing it? So, guys, this is interesting. Tomorrow, this is 1 o'clock. I already, you know, appealed this, but they hit me with a limited already. This hasn't played yet tomorrow. It's a new comedy routine here from the show, but it's just a news story. And within the news story, as usual, something stupid is within the news story. Like some sort of town, a city, you know, and that just leads me into some sort of comedy routine. And this is a great example of that tonight. I'm going to show this to you because I want you to be there tomorrow at 1 p.m. I'm going to give you the link right now. So at least you can join me during that. Here it is. Now, it won't play here. I'm going to have to do it on that cool screen where I do the video window capture. I'm going to try to flip the camera here on TikTok, so don't go anywhere. But if you are on TikTok and you want to see the real full Renaissance Man experience, head over to YouTube and just link the bio. It's right there. You'll see it. And you're going to see some cool stuff there, but it's just a better visual, and the audio is in HD as well. This is an actual green screen. You can see when I put my hands up, you see a green screen behind me. Like we're dealing with a real studio screen. I'm here with Joanne. She's wheezing it up. But this song right here, fam and friends, we're doing it. If I can find it. Here we go. It's called Wordplay, anyone? And the reason why you definitely want to come tomorrow is because the audio, the video, and this is going to be semi-HD. I don't think this is full HD, but you'll be able to get this full bit. Here we go.
Thank you for coming to Love.
This is my intro to every film I make.
Enjoy the show.
Guys, what do we have in the news today, Joanne? Anything good? What did you pull today, Joanne? Joanne pulls all the stories, and she's, you know, wheezing at the time. First story. Joanne, I can't go to a next story when it's the first story. Okay. She said that was the teleprompter. I says it on the top. Next story. You know, Joanne, when you started off on a sour note, the Renaissance fam notices. The Renaissance fam starts to say, you know, and those are words right there. They come through as words when they look that way at the screen. First story of the day, Joanne. Scientists try to solve mystery of 300-year-old mummified mermaid. Joanne, we found your family members. You got because you got that weird, you know, tail thing going on. Are you related? You know, you got a tail. They got freaking, you know, mermaid. They got a fin. They got a mermaid fin, and you got a tail. Together, you guys are probably from the same genealogy.
I'm just saying, we're going to do a 23andMe. We got you, found out your father's George Soros. We conned him in. You banged him over the head. We took a hair, 23andMe in it. Found it out. Maury Povich, you are the father. That was a good one. But guys, when you're dealing with a friggin' mermaid, 3,000-year-old mermaid that somebody was, let's just see what we got over here. Ready? They had this somewhere, obviously. Japanese scientists have started investigating mysterious mermaid mummy that has long been an object of worship at a temple in Akayama Prefecture. Joanne, I freaking nailed it. You know, sometimes when you're challenged with a name like Akayama Prefecture, you know, and you just do it, so they pay you the big bucks. What's that? No, I know, Joanne, you're the only one who gets paid something here. Doll hairs. A team of researchers from the Karayashi... Joanne, stop it with the friggin' doll hair envelopes. A researcher team. Now I gotta go reverse it, Joanne? What are you kidding me? A team of researchers from the Karashiki University of Science and the Arts are conducting scientific analysis of the mummified remains of a mysterious icon to determine what they are actually composed of. The mermaid mummy, which measures around 1 foot, Joanne, has earned its name for having an upper body that appears to be human and a lower body that looks like a fishtail. The 300-year-old mummy, which has retained its nails, teeth, and hair over the years, has also maintained the eerie expression of a screaming child. Kazun Koda, jeez, Joanne. Kozen Koida, the chief priest at Enjuin Temple in the city of Asakuchi. Joanne! The Asakuchi! You gotta go down, dude! You're Asakuchi! Huh, you gotta be kidding me. We keep running into stuff like this. So hold on, I'm on it. So you telling me you have a choice between the Asakuchi. You have to figure out which one you want, you know? Yeah, Asakuchi. I'm not sure. I'm going to do Asakuchi. Hey, I'm going to be one or the other. I'm going to go double decker on it. I'm Asakuchiing it. You know what I mean? Like, you're there thinking, I'm an Assy. I'm going an Assy. I'm an Assy guy. Yeah, maybe. Somebody has a Coochie guy over there. I'm doing Asakuchi. I'm doing a double decker. When you got an Asakuchi, Joanne back there, no one wants to go near that Asakuchi. I'm just saying, you know, she's there dealing with Asakuchi. And, you know, it's a temple. And when she's just, you know, you have to make sure you keep your temple clean. You know, you want to make sure when you have guests, you've got visitors to the temple, the Asakuchi, and they're not sure which one they want to visit today. They may go to the Asa, they may go to the Kuchi. I'm just not really sure where they're going to be. But when they go there, if you're not ready with a clean temple, you know, it could be a very, very, you know, difficult day to, I guess you would say, navigate. Perhaps navigate to the Asakuchi, because sometimes, you know, you're just not sure. So look, at the end of the day, this is what happens when you're out there and somebody tells you that they, you know, they're down with the Asakuchi. They're just like, well, you're just not sure which one, you know. Which one did you want, though? Like, it's a difficult thing about courting. You know, you're courting, you're having that date, you're doing it, you're having like the pizza, you know, you're having that, oh, I love this pizza. It's so good. I love having this time with you. That's great. So what are you into? Asakuchi. Which one? What? What are you doing? Asakuchi. I mean, you know, when you're trying to figure it out, all you're looking for is a little advice. That guy over there's an Asa guy. I know. He told me. I'm like, which one are you into? Over there? Totally into the cooch. Yeah, but like, you can't. I guess you can't go for both when you're doing Asakuchi. It's like it's one or another, you know? And Kuzen, hey, Joanne, with Kuzen, did you know, was he an Asakuchi guy? What did he do? You know, sometimes when you're there and you're admiring the Asakuchi, you know, you're just like, it's good looking, you know? That's a good looking Asakuchi. Like, double deckering it. They took the artifact from the wooden box where it had been stored inside the school's veterinary hospital for an examination on February 2nd. No, Joanne, I know I could have done another 9 minutes on that. We have worshipped it, hoping that it would have alleviated the corona pooper pandemaroo, even if only slightly. The head priest was quoted by Hashahi Shimbun saying, I hope the research project can leave scientific records for future generations. According to Kuida, the mummy had been put on display for public viewing about 40 years ago, but it was recently stored in a fireproof safe so it wouldn't deteriorate the ass or coochie. The note inside the box claims that the mysterious creature was caught in a fishing net on the coast of Tosa province between 1736 and 1741, Joanne, how can you believe that? We're talking about almost 300 years ago. The mummy was passed on to other owners after the turn of the Meiji era. That's from 1868 to 1912, Joanne, in case you didn't know that. Like you can't just pull that up, Dewey Decimal System. There it is. That's right. It's the Meiji era. Whatever. And ended up being acquired by the Enjuin Temple. We're talking about the Asikuchi. You got an Asikuchi, you're like one or the other or both. Some people are into both. Some people are one. They're like, I'm really into the Asa, I'm really into the Cooch. Some people are like, I'm admiring both. It just depends on what kind of guy you are or girl. Look, 2022. The remains are to be studied from a variety of academic perspectives. Harashiri, Joanne, Hiroshi Kanashita, a 54-year-old board member of the Okayama Folklore Society, will study the mummy for a viewpoint of folklore studies, while Takafumi Kato, a 54-year-old paleontology professor, will conduct morphology analysis on the upper body of the artifact. Joanne, did you know about Takafumi and his abilities to do that as a paleontology professor? Like when you're there and you're watching him doing the paleontology professoring and he's looking around it and he's being a Takafumi sometimes, you're like, dude, don't be a freaking Takafumi to me. You know what I mean? You could do it when you're in a bad mood. You can be a Takafumi to someone. I get it. But like, don't be a Takafumi to me. Just like walking down the street and you're just being a Takafumi. Like then we have a problem. I'm just letting you know now. Yeah, you have to know what you're getting into. Renaissance Man Show. Guys, Takafumi. Meanwhile, an associate professor that specializes in ichthyology. What is, Joanne, what's ichthyology? Ichthyology. Joanne, what's ichthyology? They'll study the fish's lower body, and an associate professor with expert. Did you Google it? Joanne, when I ask you what, ichthyology is, and you're like, and then you don't freaking look it up, I'm here. I'm doing the story. And you're there doing a Weezer? You can't go and you're just opening and closing that cabinet, the file cabinet. Zabrowski left 20 minutes ago, and you're still freaking doing the file cabinet. I was like, what are we dealing with here? No, Joanne, you're fine. It doesn't sound like your wheeze is at a freaking, 10. It's like maybe an 8 right now. The researchers are set to release their findings in the fall of this year. So, guys, that was really a poor way to end it, Joanne. You got in the way with your wheeze. I'm doing a story, killing it. We're telling it. Fukuyami. What was his name again? Fukushima? Takafumi? We had a Takafumi connection going. Joanne comes in with a wheeze. All of a sudden, the researchers are set to release their findings in fall of this year. What the frickin' heck, Joanne? You couldn't wait? One more line. You got the teleprompter. You know one more line from finishing. You can't just wait and just come and disrupt the show. Oh, This is what I'm talking about, guys. I'm here trying to do it. She's back there doing a weezeroo. Oh, goodness. Joanne, what do we have next? Oh, thank you, Joanne. Next story on the list. You really are the worst, though, Joanne. Just so you know, I got to lift her up and then knock her right the friggin' back down. You know what I'm saying? Guys, what we're dealing with now, this is some crazy stuff. I don't even know what the hell this is. This story didn't work. Joanne, you pulled a crap story again. One more strike against Joanne. You know? Oh, goodness, Joanne. I'm sorry, but like you are the worst. I'm here. I'm doing it. You see how bad you are? She's here watching the replay and she goes, I'm not that bad. Like, don't you freaking hear? The only thing that's going on is the wheeze. She's like, I don't hear it. She doesn't hear it? You kidding me? She got me freaking snorting. That's how crazy it was when she said, I don't hear it. Unreal, you know? Unfreaking real. Sometimes when you're here and Joanne starts to let out some of that body odor, it just comes out in waves, really. And you have to deal with it. And you just got to say, okay, I'm living through this. I'm paying her doll hair, so I can't be too upset about the fact that she smells like a rancid, waste pit. But still, we're doing it. We're doing a rancid waste pit. Reading the news. Let's get to it. Joanne, what stories do we have today on the rancid? Oh, I got to flip this back over. I'm sorry, over here on Ticker Talker, my fam and friends. We're going to do a flipperoo and get you back over to watch the show again. We were just playing a bit that is going to be premiering at 1 p.m. tomorrow, guys. Did you like the bit? Did you guys like the bit? I'm loving all these news stories. I don't know what tonight's going to bring us, but they've all been just totally off the charts crazy. So don't go anywhere. This is all live improvisation. It's funny. Somebody earlier sent me a note or sent a note here on YouTube, and I hope they'll come and check out the show. I'm not sure if they will, but I put one of my comedy bits up there. This is all live improvisation. There is no script. I've never had a script. We just get into the moment and let things happen, and we come up with crazy content. And so, instead of like a question it was a question, but hey, that was funny or whatever. It was, are you on drugs? And my response was pretty immediate. And I just said, I'm on the ultimate drug, the moment. I live in the moment. There's no script. And that allows me to just free up every single inhibition and become whatever this moment allows me to become. And when I have the guitar in my hand, I can literally conjure up words that don't exist, music that doesn't exist. And we create these freaking masterpieces. You got to shut up the negativity. Yeah. Ooh, shut up the TV. What? Just wrote this the other day, right here live on the show. We're gonna do it tonight again. You got to shut up the negativity. Yeah. Shut up the TV. Getting down SNL. You know we're gonna clown. The world is gonna try to keep us down, but it can't, cause we're living in their own time. It's existence that they're trying to push us through. Shut up the TV. You can't get away. I'll teach you. Yeah, you got to get to this moment. Forget about all of the negativity. Shut up the TV. Shut up the TV. You got to shut up the negativity. Yeah. Shut up the positivity. Don't let it come out no more. Yeah, you got to shut up positivity. Yeah, shut up the TV. Yeah. You got to shut up the negativity. Yeah. Shut off the TV. Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to edit this sucker down. Yeah, you gotta shut off the negativity. Everything we see, yep, it's bringing us down. We gotta shut it off because you get Gotta get back to this moment where it all exists. Yeah, gotta create something. Yeah, you got to make some magic moments. Yeah, and you share the love. You see the world will change all around you. Is it all around me? I can't see no longer. Yeah, this negativity, it's got to go. I'm going to show it the door. Yes, I'm on my way. I'm going to make my own path into the light. You join me for the fight, yeah. Cause it's going to be as hard as it's been. It's only getting harder. I can't keep it going, no. When you fight the darkness, ain't getting easy, you know. So shut off the TV. Oh, you got to shut off the negativity. Shut off the TV. Shut off the TV. Shut off the TV. Yeah, yeah. Point is, music just comes out of this moment in the show, and the reality is that if we stop living in the moment and we start thinking about all the things going on in the world, the distractions of the world we're living in, we continue to leave this moment and forget about the importance of it. It is the only thing that exists. Everything else is literally a distraction. The past and the future, which you have in this existence right in this very second, is the only thing that absolutely exists. And hold on to it and appreciate it. Because what's interesting is what you have today, you don't tomorrow. No matter what you are, no matter what you think you are, this time of ours comes to an end. Now, I'm actually in awe of how quick it's going. Sitting today, like working through taxes, getting that wrapped up before I like to get it in, you know. I mean, I know so many people that get it in like January. And so I'm working on it. I'm just looking at like writing down my kids' information, and I'm just thinking, man, my son was born in '08. Like, what the? And it's 2022. I'm starting to, realize that length of time, all these days mesh up into, I used to have this belief that when we were in school, when we were kids, the reason why it felt so long, why time felt so long, is because every day we went back to that freaking institution where we were literally being indoctrinated into a system. And that's what I think I couldn't stand, perhaps, is just learning things that wouldn't benefit me in the future to come, and being a part of some sort of, hey, let's train these people to be okay with a 9 to 5, And I used to say, I was like a junior in high school, I'd tell my friend, I was like, I can never be a guy sitting behind a desk. Like, I'm like doing data work. No, I can never be that data guy, like, I don't know. I mean, now I am behind a desk, but I'm doing what I love to do. I show up here and I get to express myself, but also I get to kind of work through some of these issues in the world. And we do it together, which I think is awesome. And I hope you guys get the same thing out of it that I get. I get to these epiphanies. While I'm speaking, they just come out and I'm like, holy freaking cow. And now I don't get to appreciate them as much as I hope you do. And the reason is because I'm literally channeling these words in the moment. There's no script. So when I'm feeling something and speaking about a specific topic, I then allow. And at that point, if I don't just let the words fly out and I think about what I'm going to say, it's a wrap. This will be terrible. I can guarantee you one thing. If I was to plan out everything I wanted to say here, it would be crap. Nothing ever works out right when you do it that way, unless you script it and you work it for weeks and you're like ready to go and get all those punchlines, or work it for a week and then you're ready to run to those punchlines. For me, what I love is the exhilarating feeling that comes along with taking this moment in any direction. It's pretty crazy. And I think what's going to be pretty awesome is when the family here begins to grow massively, which is going to happen, and it's going to happen quickly. It's going to be for like one day it's one thing, and then the next day there's thousands of people here watching the show with us. Because this show is for the world. It's been kept from the world, but it's for the world. Been here 1,167 days in a row. I haven't given up because I know that this is what the world needs. So I show up every single day and I allow the creation to take place. And I've had people say, you think this, you think that. No, I don't think anything. I just know that when I live in the moment, creation takes place. That's a fact. I deal in facts in this world, okay? When someone says over and over that things are changing, oh, this is what we're telling you, and then over and over it's changing, I become the guy who's like, okay, I'll hang back and see where this turns out, which is exactly where it turned out exactly where I thought it would 2 years later. But the reality is I deal in facts. The facts are when I shut off the noise of the world and I get to this moment, creation takes place. Whether it's going to be the creation that someone on the other side of the screen enjoys, that is subjective. That's the reality of this, of being on and doing a show. This is subjective. What I say, what I play, what I create, what I think is funny, what you may think is funny, it's all subjective. But what I am certain of is whatever I'm trying to break this down to Isma. Isma is one of my favorite people on the planet who found the show, and she may hopefully find her way back to the show. So Isma, I see this. This is one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life, guys. I got to tell you, my heart beat a little bit when I saw this. I get on Facebook, let me see if I could find this and read it to you or show it to you guys, because this was really a cool thing when I saw it. So I told you the story of Isma. I'm going to tell it to you again because this is a pretty amazing thing that took place for me. Just as I was waking up, going through my day, I'm a real estate agent during the day. If you ever need help If you ever need help in real estate, I'm your guy. Just let me know and I can help you in any way. I'm helping Jacqueline right now. I'm helping Wendy. There's multiple family members. Anna's asked it as well. I'm hoping multiple family members. That was the dream for me when I started the show, was that every single person who knows me and knows I show up for this world will say, you know what, when I need something, Mark doesn't make money for showing up every day for me and for because I am showing up for you. And when I say you, I mean, I hope you're sitting there holding your phone or you're watching on your desktop right now and you're like, oh, he's not talking to me. I am talking to you. I'm talking to Bobby. I'm talking to Kathleen and Jacqueline and Pamela and Trish and Yardbirds. I'm talking to the people I know are here. There's other people that are here that are lurking. I love you. I hope you know that. You're tuned into the right show. My intention is clear. I'm here for you. And that is not like I used to have this theory. I'll be here for all 7.7 billion people. No. I've learned because within the first 3 years of this show, I got trolled by 2 different troll groups because they thought they could destroy my show because they thought they can get to my confidence or something. I don't even understand the reality behind that. But it didn't bother me at all because, you know, if you know what your mission is, someone speaking crap in your ear means nothing to you. If you have 13 people on or 0 people on and someone says anything about, oh, you only have, it doesn't freaking matter if you know what you're doing is coming from the right place. And everything that's been said and everything that's taken place in this show for the first 1,167 days in a row has come from the right place. It's come from a place where we need to distract ourselves from the negativity. Let's come here together. Let's create something. Let's have a good time. And when we finish this, we may have a little perspective for the negativity we're about to get. When we go back into the real world. The real world is not the real world. This is actually the real world. This is the way people should treat each other, is with love. Is trying to take the moment and do something positive with it when you're around people. I was realizing my daughter, she's got a lot of that too. Like, she just magically will just make up so many different games and she says so many funny things. She's like, she did something and she goes, can we edit that? And she's 6. I'm like, what? Like, what is this? Now, I don't know what kids shows she's watching, but she's like, she said something. It was almost like me doing the Jim Carrey thing in reverse. She goes, yeah, can we edit that? You know, and like kind of looked around. I was like, oh my goodness. And every once in a while I hear she'll be like, bang biggity boo. I hear she's just like, bang biggity boo. And the funniest thing is when she goes, want to go down the mountain? And she nails this thing. It's so funny. So let's see if I can show this to you. This is the question. Okay, I'm going to put this on the screens. I think you guys will be able to see this. So this is the story behind Isma, and this is a little piece to show you what it means to me. So look at this right here. I see this. I got a little notice or notification on Facebook, which I hate Facebook, but I see a notification. It says, mention your favorite artist and see if he or she replies. And I'm like, what the hell? And it says, Bordadas Isma. That's Isma. That's the Isma I told you guys about. And she said me. So I was like, holy freaking cow. This is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life, that someone considers me their favorite musical artist. You know, I was like, that's so cool. And so I started to realize again the importance of Isma, and I want to share it again just so you guys know the story behind it. So for the first 318 days of this show, I was doing it mainly on Facebook. I was doing it on Instagram. For the first 30 or 40 days, I did it on 5 different platforms, including YouTube. And then I burned out of that. It was like doing 5 different lives for the same topic, but 5 different ways. And then I just started doing it like Facebook. And I thought Facebook would be good at first, but then they blocked the hell out of me because I think I was reaching people at the beginning. And we were doing a different type of show. It was like literally helping people with their problems. And I'd have call-ins and stuff. And so Isma finds my show on Instagram. And it's interesting because Instagram was controlled by Facebook, so it was a very similar experience where I'd see 1 or 2 people on while I was live. And Isma was there every freaking day. And just like you guys, you know, like I'm so thankful whenever anybody's here to support me and to see what the heck happens on the show. And so I'd thank her every day for being there, and I'd see other people pop in, but she was always there every day, sending like love. Whenever I was playing music, especially when I was playing music, and I'd be speaking words into the screen, just passionately trying to inspire people to find the greatest version of themselves. And I'd be digging deep into the same moments we find here. And a lot of the stuff that's been said here has probably been regurgitated many times, you know, but a lot of the things I've said and I left in the past, you know, like time plus effort equals result. Time is, okay, I've been here for 3+ years. The effort's been there consistently every single day. It doesn't freaking mean a thing because time is, again, the first variable. Time is still the first one to jump over as a hurdle. The effort has to stay consistent the whole time that time is going. Time. It's going, and you have to stay consistent if you want time plus effort to equal result. That was one of my original quotes. Time plus effort equals result. And these things would come out in the show. So Isma's on, I see all this love. And one day I'm doing call-ins with people. And I'm like, hey, call in if you have any questions or if you're dealing with something you want to just throw off me. Living in the moment allows me the perspective to speak freely and to say what my psychic intuition is telling me. And it's always dead freaking on. And so I'm speaking to these people. I'm helping them. I'm bringing them some sort of comfort. And then I had one lady who went nuts on me, and this really turned me off. I was like away with my family, and she was going through something. And so I really was like, look, people love you, as like this show's here just sending love at you. So no matter how bad things get, you know, just remember that. And I'd say things really powerful, passionate things with love coming out of my heart. And it was like 1:30, 2 in the morning or something like that. And my wife was like, who's texting you at 2 in the morning? And I was like, I don't know. I said, no, this is this lady who's texting me. And so basically I checked back with her and I just said, look, I know you're going through what you're going through, but I got to get some sleep with my family right now. And, you know, just read back the messages I sent to you and watch the show whenever you're feeling down. And she says, oh, okay, well then, screw you, screw your family, all this weird stuff. I was like, whoa, It's like, I've been sitting here sending love at you. This is how you react when I say, okay, I got a family here. So I realized that like not everybody appreciates when you're doing things out of the kindness of your heart. And the show changed. It started going back to music and comedy. John, I didn't intend to offend by any means with the thumbnail. I just think that the last 2 years of this existence of ours was a specific narrative forced with division and hate. And they were like getting people to hate you if you didn't have a bugaboo. And then all of a sudden within the last 3 weeks, like you don't even hear about the COVID anymore. And all you hear about is Ukraine. And I'm like, okay, so now, and again, when I haven't watched TV in 1,167 days, I have a ton of clarity from the outside. And when I see how they push and then now the narrative pushes, but everybody in the country is like, oh, now we believe the media. Like, okay, they've done nothing but disgrace this country for the last 2 + 5 years, really. But the reason why I call them the National Enquirer fake news mainstream media is because they literally are 2 steps or 20 minutes away from getting Bat with Human Ear on in 15. Oh, Joanne, Bat with Human Ear. And it's like, man, I just can't deal with the fake news anymore. So which is really why, John, I started my own comedy news platform here. And again, the thumbnail is not intended to be disrespectful. I am actually 100% in support of Zelensky and Ukraine. I just think that the media is specifically pushing the narrative away from the Cove because there was crimes against us. Crimes against us. People lost their jobs. People couldn't work. And it was a disgrace the way they treated the people. Like literally like hogs and sheep, and everybody had to do what the hell they said. And if you said anything otherwise, you were blocked, you were banned, you were literally career suicide by speaking truth. I've been here 1,167 days in a row, letting my heart speak through this microphone, and they've never let anybody hear it because what I'm saying is truth. I can't see it any other way than I see it from the outside. And I'm saying to myself, man, if we have the opportunity to love each other, if we have the opportunity to lift each other up instead of push each other down on the way up, like we're in a world where people want to push each other down and be like, look, I'm here and you're there. Like, why? Why aren't we like, hey, buddy, come on up here and enjoy the view. Come enjoy the view from up here. The selfish world we live in is only getting worse when they divide us into categories and they tell you that you're not good enough because of your skin color, or now we hate each other because of your skin color. What I find very interesting is when that narrative has been pushed. I've been live before that narrative was pushed 1,167 days in a row for every soul on this planet who's positive and looking for an outlet where we can connect. Not the white people. I'm not looking to reach the white people. No offense, white people. There are no white people, but no offense, white people. I'm looking to connect with every soul on this planet that has light coming out of their heart. I'm sick of the darkness that's pouring out of people. I tune into TikTok and the first thing I see is, here's a freaking hammer into your face, buddy. Why don't you come and fight? They call it debates. They're not debates. These freaking things. Guys, when I was a kid, my parents said you don't talk about religion, politics, or money when you're at a cocktail party. This is the cocktail party of life online, and we're talking about religion, politics, and money. Am I out of my mind? No, I'm not. Our parents told us not to talk about it. TikTok, all these platforms, they force like this division agenda. You know, imagine if you were tuning in and all you saw was people on that were like, you know, look, why don't we connect and laugh a little? Let's have some fun. Let's forget about the negative world for 15 minutes, for an hour, for 2 hours. For here, it's 2 hours every day. Right now, Joanne, we got some friggin' stories. What are we dealing with? She's back there wheezing it up, guys. I'm sorry, I'm trying to rant, trying to get into it while she wheezes it up. Got a little cough for you. Cleaning it up, Joanne. I'm trying to see if I can cough over your wheeze. That's how loud it is. Guys, this is a story and a half. I haven't read it yet, but it looked really cool. Let's get into it. A car salesman in Michigan was just caught in one of the most elaborate scams you'll ever probably see. Joanne, check this out. I think this is probably your cousin. A good car salesman without a job can be a dangerous person. All that industry know-how under the belt can create the perfect storm for fraud if one wanted to go down the road of finessing. Joanne, yes, Evan. Down the road of finessing people out of their money. That's what happened with one Detroit car salesman. Joanne, can you please stop telepromptering? Extra fast. I'm here. I'm doing it. Joanne, when you're going down the road and finessing people out of their money, that's what happened with one Detroit car salesman. Fox 2 Detroit reports that this man posing as a salesman created an elaborate scam that involved lies and resold cars. Ed 4627, one of my friends. Oh, by the way, yeah, John, I didn't see this from Being John. I'm not sure what happened there, but if you are a mod that wasn't here for my original, if you weren't here for my original speeches on this, I've done a couple. But my philosophy on this show when it comes to modding is such, because it's changed. And it's changed for a very simple reason. I am here preaching free speech. I'm here frustrated that the world has kept this show from the world. So let everybody in the chat say whatever the frig they want, okay? Unless they're abusive towards somebody. Then you can give them a warning. And then if they do it again, you say, look, we gave you a warning. Third time, you give them a timeout, okay? Or boot if you feel like it's necessary. It's somebody really, really bad. But please allow everybody to say whatever the hell they want. If someone wants to drop an F-bomb, somebody wants to say the D, S, whatever, do it. I am the only one who doesn't say F-bombs. I made this pretty clear because there were a few people who felt, okay, if there's swearing, we have to keep it out of the chat because Mark is a clean comedian. No, I'm a clean comedian. The chat is your chat. The chat is your chat to speak freely and to get your mind out and to get your heart onto the chat and let people speak and connect, okay? So going forward, unless you see one of those stupid troll bots that's like, hey, go check out this website and there's all those spaces, it's like, the ransom letter thing, then you boot the friggin' hell out of those people because they're not even real. But anybody in the platform is speaking, they're dropping F-bombs or whatever. I want people to speak the way they speak. That was actually what I started thinking. I'm like, okay, so somebody who speaks a certain way has to stop speaking that way to come on my show? No. That ends immediately. You guys, yeah, everybody speak your mind however you speak in the real world. That's the only way that this show becomes what this show will become, is when people are able to say everything they want here. And hopefully what they're going to get is a lot of positivity from this guy. And they'll say, there's a lot of positivity flowing through my mind and heart right now. And that's what I'm speaking about in the chat. But just because I'm a clean comedian, just because I've never said a swear word in 1,167 days, doesn't mean that you guys have to stop the way you are. In fact, I want you to literally be you and express fully, because if you don't do that, you won't find your happiness. And therefore, if you can't express yourself fully on my platform, this platform does not make you happy. So, if you're a mod and you see another mod doing it and they didn't get the message, please let them know. Hey, Mark wants everybody to speak freely here. We've had troll groups in here. Let them freaking say what the hell they want. Someone's abusive, give them the warning. Guys, it doesn't hurt my feelings if someone comes in here and says they hate me, they hate the show, they think that I'm not funny. I don't care. I live in the moment. I'm not offended by somebody who's literally, I don't like to use the word, but it starts with an R and ends with a D. And I say mental now, but someone comes in here and tries to go after my creativity or the song I just wrote or some sort of comedic bit that's off the wall nuts and tries to critique or say that this guy's whatever. I don't freaking care. It doesn't bother me because I am very, very, very confident in what I'm doing in the moment. It's the only reason why things happen is because the moment is all there is. And if you can get into it, the people who try to distract you from it mean nothing. It's only the ones out there who have love in their heart that you see. The rest, when you are truly sure of what you're doing and your mission's clear, the rest, it's literally like doing this with a net. And you bring those closer to you that actually want to be there and want the love. And that's why I shifted my mentality on this thing, maybe about 5 months ago, really, where I said, no, I'm not here for 7.7 bill. No. I'm here for however many people out there literally want to live in the light. They want to get away from it all. They want to hear some truth. They want to laugh. They want to get some original music in the moment. That's what we're looking for, is those people. If you're one of those people, we're recruiting you. This is the Renaissance man. This is a renaissance. We are looking to effect a positive change one person at a time. Are you on board? It's not just me. You are a warrior of this program. You going out there and touching another soul and bringing them in here does something for you. I guarantee it. I'm sure I'm not here for no reason, guys. There's a reason why every night something happens. There's a reason. I'm certain of it. I just don't know what it is yet. But I'm pretty sure I just have to continue. And that's it. I don't even know what that means, but I just have to continue to show up and continue to live in this moment. So, Detroit car salesman's at it again, Joanne. What are we talking about? What? No, Joanne, your wheezing's really at a high level this evening. Yeah, no, sure, I can use a refill. Thanks, Joanne. You know, sometimes you got to thank her for doing things for you, you know. Joanne! Don't forget to put the sugar in the raw. She sometimes puts stevia. Who the frig is putting stevia in my coffee? You know what I mean? Guys, so here we go. Ricardo Perez. Not Pyers. No, Joanne, not related to me at all. He's a different guy. Although I did wear that beard, Wolverine beard, for a little while. I had that going with Marshmallow Head over here. Look, when he did it, he did it. Let's see what Ricardo Perez did. Ricardo Perez was at one point a salesperson at Dick Scott Jeep Ram Dodge Chrysler. Joanne, that's a friggin' mouthful. Let's do it again. Yes, Ricardo Perez was one point a salesperson at Dick Scott Jeep Ram Dodge Chrysler in Plymouth, Michigan, Joanne. But apparently just sticking to selling cars wasn't enough for Perez. He was fired in the summer of 2021 for fraud and theft. Rather than to try to find a position at another dealership, he decided to take his dealer contacts and continue grifting by creating an elaborate web of a scam. What's that? No, Joanne, you can't take notes to do the same thing. She's like, I'm going to do it. You know, it's crazy. Oh, goodness. He was fired in the summer of 2021 for fraud and theft. So, guys, this is what he looks like, okay? Don't forget, you don't look at that guy right there and then have nightmares. In his grift, Perez would still pose as a salesperson from Dick Scott Jeep Ram Chrysler in Michigan, Joanne, and offer customers what's known as a lease pull ahead. Those are deals that get customers out of their current leases early and into a newer vehicle. What's worse, the Cove Pandamaroo played right into his game. From Fox 2, instead of meeting at the dealership, he was used to being Cove safe to his advantage, meeting customers in parking lots to make the exchange. Of course, Perez wouldn't actually return the car to the dealer. The person's car would end up in his endless circle of theft. Joanne, this is like a freaking crazy movie. He'd either resell the vehicle or sell the person a car he stole from someone else by doing the same lease return scam. Interesting stuff, Joanne. What? No, Joanne, I don't want you to literally, if you start calling your cousins and seeing if they can get on this and you create like some sort of underground empire, no good, okay? Wheezing it up. You're like the Wheezy Bandit. They're going to call you the Wheezy Bandit, you know? He didn't stop there, though. No, Joanne. Joanne! She's crying now. I didn't mean to make her cry. I'm sorry, Joanne. Look, you have to remember when you wheeze and I'm trying to do a news story, it just really kind of pisses me off, okay? Give me a minute. So guys, it didn't even stop there. It gets better. He'd actually go to the dealers and fraudulently sign paperwork in their names so they'd get screwed on their payments. What? Holy cow. He'd then tell them their payments are less than the actual dealership was charging. Perez would tell these people that their first 3 months' payments would be waived. So by the time the finance company contacted the customer for payment, they'd already be 3 months late. This would significantly impact their credit. These late notices are what sent people to contact local police. Perez has now been charged at multiple police stations in the Detroit area, and local authorities are left to clean up the mess he's left behind, Joanne. Kind of like the mess you continue to leave behind on a daily here. Back there eating up your tortilla chips. She's got the salsa on the side. Sour cream in it. We do have some of the vehicles that are able to return back to some people. We're trying our best to work with those people because they are absolutely 100% victims. Joanne, just like you, victim of
As a controller, I used to think that this was normal. Frequent loss of receipts and those.
So guys, this one I just have to throw at you. It's apparently not going to be very long because it's not scrolling. Joanne gave me another crap story that doesn't scroll. See? I'm trying to scroll it. Americans will likely see uncomfortably high inflation this year. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen says, Joanne, likely? Is that word? For real? Likely? That's like kicking someone in the balls and asking them if it tickles. Are you kidding me? Tickles? That's a pain you forget maybe when you're 74 and you still finally forget the feeling too. It's gone in your stomach at 74. Yeah, you got kicked in the nuts at 7. Americans will likely see ongoing profit. You gotta be freaking kidding me, Joanne. Likely? How about this? Americans are going to see the highest inflation they've ever seen in their life this year. And Janet Yellen should have been freaking yelling it instead of just being like, likely. How about this, you crazy left-winger? You know, I gotta say, we should never have gotten to this left-wing, right-wing thing, but this off-the-wall radical left thing is nuts. This country is dying. Why is anybody okay with this? Let's destroy everything. Let's cancel everybody if their opinion is different than mine. Can I ask you a question? If you are so liberal and you want things to be so open and everybody to have an opportunity, isn't liberal being open to the idea of everybody speaking their mind too? You're not liberal to the free speech? I don't understand. So you're liberal when it comes to people picking any sort of freaking thing they want to be, like they're a kangaroo that happened to be born as a human. That's what they're identifying with today. And that's fine. That's okay. We're doing that. We're dealing with that one. I just am having a hard time understanding the world we live in today. Crazy people everywhere. Janet Yellen, you know? Highest in history. I saw it on Twitter earlier. Somebody posted a tweet that we've officially gone higher than the gas prices were in I Am Legend, where they thought they would be at the apocalypse. So uncomfortably, potentially, guys, likely, there's a chance. There's a chance. We'll see. We're not sure, though. It's Janet Yellen. I'll tell you, she's the worst. Guys, I just wanted to read this to you so you know that this is a thing. I never knew this. SEC awards approximately $14 million to a whistleblower. What? The Securities and Exchange Commission today announced an award for about $14 million to a whistleblower who published an online report exposing an ongoing fraud. The whistleblower, who days later shared the same information with the SEC and was persistent in reaching out to the staff, prompted the opening of an investigation, which resulted in a successful enforcement action and return of millions of dollars to harmed investors. Whistleblowers, this is a guy from the SEC. Whistleblowers can play a critical role in the investigation, says Creola Kelly, chief of the SEC's office at the whistleblower. Here, the whistleblower posted a research report online outlining the allegations against the company and its officer, and also, importantly, took expeditious steps to provide this information to the commission. This case demonstrates the importance of whistleblowers reporting directly to the SEC so that the agency can promptly investigate allegations of wrongdoing. The SEC has awarded, guys, check this, Joanne, get a pen. The SEC has awarded approximately $1.2 billion.
Billion, Joanne, is that a billion? $1.2 billion, 249 individuals since issuing the first award in 2012. Number two, I said 1.2 billion. That's what I want them to pay me. If they're going to have me just stand down, get Donald Trump on the phone, tell him he's got to finish this SEC story. Are you kidding me? Excuse me. Are you freaking kidding me? All payments are made out of the Investor Protection Fund, established by the Congress. What? Oh, Melania, no. Don't go near the gold toilet, Melania. Are you kidding me? Excuse me. Joanne, you're reeking back there. She smells like old tuna fish. Just saying.
Like Trump would know what old tuna fish smells like, right? Billionaire? Whatever. No money has been taken or withheld and harmed investors to pay whistleblower awards. Whistleblowers may be eligible for an award when they voluntarily provide the SAC with original, timely, and credible information that leads to a successful enforcement action. Whistleblower awards, Joanne, they can range anywhere from 10% to 30% of the money collected. Joanne, that's a pretty ridiculous amount of money right there when monetary sanctions exceed $1 million, you know? B and John, I love that you're still here, my brother. Bobby Chizzy, I can't wait to get the beat seat out to my brother Bobby. Christine Seidman, Keith Henry, my brother. Oh, Jacqueline Grace, Pamela Swan, Rip Curl Readiness. Guys, if you've not followed and subscribed to Rip Curl Readiness, you need to do that. He's my brother, and he's friggin' awesome, and he will help you with your prepping needs. And Christine Seidman, too, because she'll help you with your photography needs and taking all kinds of awesome photos and putting my music to it sometimes, which is awesome. Guys, and we are still doing it, all right? You got 10 to 30%, you do a little whistleblower. You ratting? Joanne, we got a couple rats. Look, you gonna Google freaking rat thing? Hold on, man. I can't figure you. Sonny, you still got the cough? I'm here, Sonny. I'm at my table. I understand we got a couple rats. What are we gonna do about it, Sonny? Sonny! I can't freaking hear you through the cough cup. Put down the cough. Sonny. Let's have a conversation. I'm here. We're going to talk it through, okay? I got a rat. We're going to take him out extermination style. Oh, thank you, Gino. I'll take an espresso. Gino. I got espresso. But I don't have a biscuit. Sonny, you got freaking quiche. You got quiche on your table. You're gonna do quiche. I'm just here at my table, hoping got a freaking biscuit for the Peru. Oh, thank you, Gino, for his biscuit. Give me a double-decker biscuit tonight. I'll take his brush. I take a biscuit. Hey, Sonny! Express biscuit is like a combo deal, right? You take a express. Smells delicious. Gino! Is this a special blend? Oh, Gino gave me a special blend Saturday Night Live. On the Peru! You got the Peru. We do espresso and biscuit. Drip dry. Gino! Did you put sugar in the raw? No, I'm sorry. I'm here, Gino, at my table. And you're not gonna get sugar in the raw? Am I express? Before the Peru? Sonny! I'm doing what I'm trying to do with the Peru. He's not gonna do it with the sugar in the raw. I can't hear you, though, through the freaking cough cup, Sonny.
You gotta drop the quaff. Have a conversation. Them dumb fists. You take them stupid fists right there, right? I'm gonna go and break into Fort Knox. I want some gold. I want to take the gold. I'm gonna do what we did in the freaking pyramids. Tomb Raider. 2 guys from the Bronx breaking into freaking pyramids. By men. Guys, you know, that's the end. When you're doing, and you got Sonny over here. That's what happens with Sonny. Sonny the Fists. Sonny the Fists. There's about 15 different series with Sonny the Fists. And basically, Sonny's also the bad guy in Batmark versus Supermark, my first feature film. So, John, we... yeah, a little bit of both, I guess I would say. But John, when you, if you get a chance to go down the rabbit hole, I've got 4 feature films here, all full live improvisations, 1 hour and 37 minutes. Batmark versus Supermark, where I have still have my Batman outfit and the Superman outfit in the back. We got to do that again one day. We have to do actually a sequel to that because that movie is so funny. Total live improvisation. Dick Fosse and Sonny are the bad guys, and then we have to stop them from breaking into a pyramid. It's Superman and Batmark are like at each other's throat the whole time. I'm playing 3 people on the green screen together. It's kind of nuts. We did Three's Company, The Breakup Artist, which was me on screen breaking people up. That looked very happy. And I just breaking them up for 1 hour and 35 minutes. That's probably one of the funniest scenes. It's just crazy. It's crazy. There are people sitting on the beach smiling, and I'm just like, you know, Tom, it's just not working out. And then we did my own version of The Christmas Story, which is live news reporting from multiple homes for Christmas and live improvisation of that. And then out with Wayne Doppler, Dr. Wayne Doppler is part of that movie. He's my creation. He's basically the tallest man alive, Guinness. Dr. Wayne Doppler. We've got a funny Doppler scene we should play for you guys tonight so you can see it. So then we did, the last one we did was The Wolf of Crypto, which I think is nuts as well. The Wolf of Crypto is me rug pulling a ton of people. That was probably one of the silliest things I've done too. But my plan was to do a feature film a month this year, and I missed that target. Like we missed the album a month. We did 13 albums in a row, 170 songs, and then now we dropped that. All right, we're going to move forward here. This is done. Next story, Joanne, what do we got? This is a terrible idea, Joanne. Sure, why not? Regulator says self-driving cars don't need brake pedals or steering wheels to be safe. This guy's a bonehead McGillicuddy, Joanne. Look at that car. I'll tell you what, that is pretty cool looking, though. Autonomous vehicles don't need... You know, Joanne, I think I'm done with this. I don't care. We did a story on that last week. We did the whole thing. Like, I don't want to be in the car. Oh, gosh. Okay. Joanne says, tell it again. I'll tell it again. God almighty. So, Joanne, cars don't need brake pedals or steering wheels, so I got to get in the car with the prima donna car? I'm in there with Wesley the freaking, wagon? I'm with Wesley the wagon. Where could I take you today, sir? I'd like to go to the office today, Wesley. No problem. Buckle up. I'm buckling up. I'm on my way. How's the temperature? Pretty good. You know, actually, could you make it a little cooler? This mother... You want me to make it cooler? That was a rhetorical when I asked you what you thought of the temperature. Excuse me, Wesley. Do me a favor. Just ring my wife. Just tell her I'm almost at the office. Just wanted to let her know I'm almost there. This piece of... You want me to use another feature? I'm taking you to the office. You should be lucky I don't put it frigid cold in here and lock you down. Eject you, and while you're icicle, you break into 1,000 pieces like Sub-Zero Mortal Kombat style. You're lucky. You start getting nervous to get in Wesley the wagon, because Wesley's threatening your life, every time you get in the car. It's kind of crazy. How was your day, sir? Good. You start to freak out just to getting in the car, Where would you like to go? My favorite one when I did this bit, though, was the second day. I think did this become a bit? It did. This became a bit. Where the car wouldn't take you where you wanted. You're going away on vacation. Oh, Wesley, we're so excited. We're going to Colorado to ski. No, you're not. What do you mean? I don't feel like going there. What, Wesley? No, we're going
We're going to Colorado. No, we're going to Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls? What? Honey, Wesley won't take... Got freaking tased that day. So bottom line, guys, no good when you get a car with no steering wheel, no brake pedals. This is just an interesting story we're going to run through very quickly with cellular rejuvenation experiments in mice as reverses signs of aging. Does that mean they're going to start to reverse the signs of aging when it comes to Joanne, with her stinky butt? No, Joanne, I said with your stinky bun, your hair. She get her hair in a bun. She's there. I would have said your hiney butt if I was talking about that. I would never do that and disrespect you in that way. Guys, next story on the list. We're getting the music. I got to freaking play. Could Mars ever support life? They don't know. Stuck on Mars? I'm there still. God almighty. It's like sometimes you need to show people in order for them to understand the story. Like, where are we? We're living on friggin' Mars. Stuck on Mars. I got to just show you at least the scene. This is nuts that you guys didn't know this. It's not your fault, though. It's Joanne's fault. This is it right here. I'm going to just play you the first couple of minutes here because I got to get my guitar out and get everything set up. Okay. This is called the first episode of Stuck on Mars. We will actually be finishing off this as a movie. I got the whole thing done, but we had a really messed up situation happen you guys know about. Let me play this for you real quick. I'll explain when I get back on. Here we go.
In a freak accident, he's transported on a SpaceX rocket to Mars. He's stuck on Mars.
3, 2. Mark Pyers, stuck on Mars. 1 second, I'm there doing a report from the SpaceX rocket, and I'm not sure. I got swept into the draft or something, and it was either get burned alive like a shish kebab or grab on for dear life, which I did. And before you know it, I am being hurtled through the atmosphere and on my way to Mars. I'm here now. I don't know what they say about this. No oxygen in the atmosphere here because I'm freaking breathing. Not sure for how much longer. No water, no food. I didn't even bring a Snickers. How did I know? I didn't know I was going to be stuck here on Mars. Hey, Mark, you want to take the report? SpaceX rocket? Got extra pay in it for hazard. Excuse me? Hazard? I'm walking all over the place on Mars. Where are you going? I gotta know where to go. There's nowhere to grab a bite to eat. I can't even go and grab a big gulp. There's no 7-Elevens anywhere. But I'm here. I'm wondering if the news station even knows that I got swept away. Is there anything out there? Did they even get the footage? I don't know. And it looks like we are about to see liftoff. I'm very excited about this one. I've been here all day just waiting to see this. We're apparently 2 minutes and 48 seconds away from liftoff. SpaceX, planet Mars. This is apparently the payload that has children. All kinds of things are going on they won't tell you about. Look, I'm not even supposed to be in here right now. I'm not supposed to be in this close to that rocket. But you know what? I'm here anyway. I'm a risk taker, okay? They said, hey, Mark, you want to go there and take this story? You kidding me? I'm on it. All you got to do is get me a cameraman and a microphone. Got the microphone, got the cameraman. I'm ready to go. All I want to see now is that rocket taking off. Can we get that thing up in the air? What are we doing? Where's the red button? I'll push the button. Just freaking give me the button to push. And let's go. I want to see it up in the air. This is Mark Pyers on scene. Channel 7 News. waiting for the rocket ship. 1 minute 40 seconds. You want me to keep? I'll keep going. No, I'll keep going. Look, it's a really humid day here in Cape Canaveral, Florida. So basically, we're 1 minute and 3 seconds away from liftoff. And you know what? This is going to be one large step for man, one giant leap for mankind when we go up to Mars and drop these children off. There's a couple of women as well, women and children. They're going to start a civilization there. Elon Musk, he's ahead of his time. So bottom line, 1 minute and counting, 59. We're going to do the countdown together. And all I want you to do is watch this beautiful craft take off. I should probably, I'm a little too close to this now. We are officially 37 seconds away from liftoff. I cannot wait to see this. Should I be here? I don't think I should be this close. Shouldn't I get away? Look, I'm gonna book it. I'm gonna book it on the countdown. We're gonna do 10, 9, and I'm gonna run out of here. And I think I'll be okay. I don't know. We're gonna check it out in a second. It's 15. Look, I'm getting a little nervous. Where's my producer? What am I doing here? I shouldn't be. Not 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off! Yeah! Oh my goodness! Oh my God! I should never have taken this gig! I'm here, and I'm pretty sure I'm here for the long haul. So I'm walking the landscape here, trying to find anything to chew on. Plenty of air, I got that. I just don't know what to do for food, for beverages, or really tonight. This is not going to do enough to get me through my first evening here on Mars. But I did want to quickly see if I can somehow get through, broadcast Mars to Earth. I don't know. Maybe Channel 7 can somehow take this broadcast and get it out there, because I'm here on Mars. Here on Mars. So, John, it's so funny. John's here in Connecticut. I'm in Fairfield. I'm 20 minutes away. I was just in Wilton yesterday, but the weather's... I have a couple clients looking out in Wilton right now. You know, John, I'd love to meet him. Actually, it's funny, but the amount of movie ideas I've had over the years I haven't completed, but I did 4 movies so far. My plan was to do 12 this year, 1 each month. And we film a lot of crazy stuff here, so I hope you'll be back often, because every day there's something new. Tomorrow at 1 p.m. I have the news bits we do here are so crazy, but I drop them as well as comedy bits. But the thing is, I had this movie idea I could never get anybody to, get behind, because it's such a simple idea. I'm the inventor of the first drum for guitarists, which you're about to see. It's called the Beat Seat. I invented and patented this in 2000.
Welcome to Sweetwater, where you can get everything you need to build your home studio. Start your brand new podcast.
All right, here we go. All right, so this is our backdrop here. So this is the first drum for singer-songwriters. Why is it? That's weird. Huh. Let me see something here. This is it's working, but it's showing the ground. Usually it doesn't. Anyway, okay, so I had this concept, a very simple concept, but the inventor of the Beat Seat, who now is the longest running variety show on planet Earth, daily variety show on planet Earth, but realtor by day, so the concept of working with real estate clients, and then by night is showing off the world this new instrument and writing songs live in the moment about things. In fact, let's write some songs tonight. We talked about that, but if anybody has any topics they want to throw out on the screen, it doesn't have to be anything that's controversial. Oh, definitely, John. Check this out. I'll give you my email right now. mp@markpires.com. You guys remember this show's live every single night at 10 p.m. and we do 2+ hours for existence is the hope. Let's erase something. All right, there we go. All right, we're going to rock on something and see what we get. So in the last 13 months, I released 13 albums, 170 songs. They're all on iTunes, all on Spotify. And we write songs live in the moment. So if you give me a topic, I'd like to work on it. A song called Wearing a Diaper is a Presidential Solution. Okay. Wearing a diaper is a presidential solution. We're living in a crazy world. God, a leader don't know his head from his tail. Oh, he's wearing a diaper. Oh, it's a presidential solution. What? Huh? My Aunt Judy told me I should come down and wear a triple diaper. But then Kamala came in and said, "Hey, Joe." I said, "Huh? Are you talking to me or talking to my wife?" I call her Joe sometimes, too. Oh, it says sleep sofa Joe. Joey futon, yes. This thing's going out of tune already. All right, so that would be a silly song. Let's come up with something that's actually a cool song. Anybody have a good topic for me? Or I may just vamp. Let me just start with something and see where we go.
seeing clearly. I see right through your lies. But you keep lying, yeah. But you keep trying to tempt me to break my will and keep on going. But I'll never give up now. I'm just getting going. Just join the show. All you got to do is let go. You got to let go. The world, the landscape's changing. It seems like the law's been rearranging. Won't let nothing make sense no more. Living in the twilight zone. When up is down, left is right, yeah. When nothing makes sense and nothing you see makes any sense at all, you just keep going, you keep on wondering, keep scratching your head, and it never comes back, my friend. No, this time never comes back, no, so you got to let it go, yo. You can't let this world bring you down, no. Love it with the background, got that commercial going, yes. Haze, yeah. Oh, watch this day blaze by, yeah. Don't wonder why they call it a bomb cyclone. Like a quarter of an inch of snow, whoa. Yeah, just another show. Yeah, gotta get you going with the fear, don't you know? Fear mongering all day, that's all they ever do.
John, you rock, brother. Makes me very happy to see that. So that's just a live improvisation. That's what we do here. But this is the beat seat. This is Bobby just ordered one of these. I build these. That's why they call the show's called Renaissance Man for many reasons. But one of them is that I invented the first drum for singer-songwriters. I have many inventions that I haven't brought to market, but this one I did patent, and it's the first drum you could sit completely upright and play with your hands and your feet at the same time. I'm playing it with my feet while I. That's beatseat.rocks. You could check that out. But when you are a drummer or a percussionist, like I'm going to show you I am in the moment right here. Hold on. Yeah. You can play with your hands and feet so you get the kick going. What's cool about it is when you play on the sides, you get all these other tones. It's so funny. I came to this, crossroads. We do this a lot in life. But I'm sitting there and I'm playing one day at my real estate office built me a studio. Before the whole Plandemiru, before we got into this craziness, I had a studio built for me at my firm. I was at Coldwell Banker, then they brought me over to Berkshire Hathaway, and they're like, we love what you're doing with the Renaissance. At the time it was called Real Talk. We love what you're doing with the Real Talk show, and we want you to come and do that here at Berkshire Hathaway, and you could do your social media show and bring people from the show in to be your clients. But the problem is I can't break away from what we do here. So I'm never like, hey guys, let me talk to you about the market, which I could do very well because I've been selling real estate for 13 years. I have a building background. That's why it's funny that John's here. My father's a builder and my brother, they work together, but I built homes with my father for 13 years before I got into real estate. So when I'm a real estate agent, I actually think more like a builder. I walk in and I provide value for my clients. And when I walk through a house, I'm actually providing the information a contractor would give. Hey, you know what it costs to redo that kitchen? 18 to 35. You can spend 60. That bathroom got 12 to 15. And I did the work. So I'm able to know what these renovations cost. And then I also have the contacts. It's funny, I don't use them to my advantage fully because it's only when a client needs it. But when I'm walking through a house, there's a difference between me and every other person that's a real estate agent in my market in Fairfield County or even in the New York market. There's maybe a handful of people that can say this, but when I can go through with in a market like today where there's no possibility to breathe, you get a moment to go through and make a decision on whether or not you want to buy something. Going through with a real estate agent that doesn't know what it costs to fix a house, doesn't know what it costs to renovate a house, to do anything, or even what it takes. Some people get scared off just because they think something has to be done, and they're alarmists. They don't understand that everything is common sense when it comes to construction, and all you have to do is take a breath and anything can be done. It's all about money, but still anything can be done. And the reality is when I go out there, I'm walking through a house with a client, the way I'm able to provide more value is I could diagnose that house in real time. Whereas everybody else says, we have to call my contractor friend. We have to call John to see if he can actually show the time. If we have to pay John actually, because no builder wants to go out and look at a house. My father does that occasionally for clients after they're like, hey, we appreciate your opinion, Mark, but we want to actually do some work now. Can we have your father actually come and quote some stuff? Yeah. But in general, it winds up usually being right there. I had a client a few years back, a condo in New Canaan, and they wanted to do a ton of work. When I walked through and when we bought the unit, I said it's going to cost you $45 to $55, maybe $60,000. But then we tied it up to $52 to $60,000. It was when we were walking through. It came in at like 57. And I was like, I've always aimed 10 high, because I stopped building homes in 2011, and I was still selling real estate, traveling the country, playing music, and the construction thing was going on with real estate at the same time until, like, we had a family business. You know, my brother and my father worked together. The issue is that I am a positive and my brother is a negative. And he's the one who told me you can't go every day. So, John, you're getting a lot tonight. My brother and I had like an issue at one of the sites, and I was like, I can't do this. I can't work with someone negative. This is where it started, where I was like, I realized being an empath, I'm controlled by the energy around me. And so I decided to do something that when you're, a traveling musician and you're putting music out into the world, and I almost signed a record deal right before I married my wife, but they wanted me to basically leave my wife my soon-to-be wife in order to move to LA and rework my entire image, all this crazy stuff. They were talking about putting a band around me, all the crazy stuff that was interesting because I was a live looping guy back then, but it didn't have one thing. I didn't have percussion, so I'd beatbox. I'm a terrible beatboxer. And then when I invented this in 2011, the beauty of this is that I never would have invented this if I didn't stay, to start a family and say, you know what, okay, what do I have to do in order to support a family here in this world? And so I got my real estate license 2007, right when the world crashed. It's like right when the market crashed. I walked into my first real estate office, which was Ravis. And one of my friends and colleagues now, he's still at Ravis, but I've gone to 2 different firms in the 13 years, but he still stayed at Ravis. But I walked in and Anthony goes, what are you doing? We're all leaving. Like the market had just died because of the crash and people were getting out of real estate at that time, but I was getting in. And he goes, what are you doing? We're all leaving. I said, Anthony, good. I'm going to learn the business while it's bad. And when it's good, I'm going to be freaking rocking and rolling. Well, the market was never good. 2013, I was the first guy to get a drone. Knocked over everything in the process. But I was the first guy to buy, not to own a drone, but I was the first real estate agent to decide to provide it as a free service to my clients. And so in 2013, this guy, he's still around, I think. Rich Lee from The Advocate did a story on the first guy taking it to the skies. That's me over there with my suit on and my quadcopter above me and above my shoulder. And that's a couple of my shots, although at least the one on the other side is one of my drone shots. At the time, I was the first guy to do it. And to make a big deal out of it, I just decided to provide it as a free service to everybody who hired me. So, and it became to a new thing where I shoot more than once. Like most people who are real estate agents will do one drone shot and that's the end. But if a property happens to stay on the market, I go back and shoot it multiple times over the time it's listed. But so I did this back in the time when there was nothing selling. Like John could tell you, properties weren't selling for so long, And so you had to think of how do you get people to pay attention to your property, to even look at the photos. We found out some data from the National Association of Realtors that people spend 2.5 to 3 seconds on the first photo, and if they don't like it, they're gone. So I remember I was thinking to myself, I'm like, how do I get people to look at the second photo? And this goes back to being an entrepreneur, thinking outside the box and thinking that there is no box, really. You just have to think of how do you connect to the consumer. And I said, I have to figure out how to show the expansiveness of this property in one photo. And I had this listing on Adams Lane in New Canaan. It was a $5.5 million listing. It was my first massive listing at the time. And I remember going in and the guy, he had someone listed prior to me. He was overvalued, like most people were at the time. And he had a drone. He didn't have a drone. He had a helicopter photo of the house. He's like, yo, I really love this, but the agent won't let us use the photo. I was like, okay, well, I'll just get a guy from a helicopter to go up. And then I started looking at it. It's like, the guy goes up once a month. You have to wait for the photos. He takes 2 weeks to edit your photos. He's going up with taking photos of everybody's property. He's 600 feet in the air because you can't go lower than that with a helicopter because of, restrictions. And he's got a telephoto lens zooming in on your property. And I've seen a couple of his images. They're like this. Like, you can't even get the freaking thing straight, right? And then I thought to myself, why don't I just buy a drone? And like, I'm being a young guy, I think I was like 30... At the time, yeah, it was maybe 30, let's think about this, 8 years ago. I was 33 at the time, 35 at the time. Yeah, I was 35 at the time. And I said, you know what? Nope, I was the youngest guy in town in New Canaan. I wore a suit every day. From the moment I got my real estate license at 28, For 10 years, I wore a suit every single day. I started to only relax the last couple of years when I realized my experience speaks for itself now. I don't need to go out there and wear the suit and be like, oh, I'm the young guy who's proving himself. I proved myself. You know, I'm a creative real estate agent who has a building background that is valuable. And I think just people, and also I think it comes down to persuasion or of negotiation skills. Okay. Persuasion is a very bad word, but persuading people to see a house is actually a good word. Most people are very one-sided. They only see what they want to see. And we get back to what we talked about the other day with Dr. Wayne Dyer, who said, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And that's a beautiful quote, because no matter what you're looking at in life, you have to change your perspective from time to time. It's the only way that you can ever see it for what it really is. You know, nobody ever understands anything until they see it from all the angles. And that's why sometimes we look at things, we talk subjects to death. I have a philosophy that you want to talk about things at length once, and then you leave it in a freaking luggage and you throw it in the ocean or whatever you want to call it. There's ways to get rid of these things, but you never think about it again. It's something that one day you could just reflect on, but you've got to learn to take it all and put it aside and live in this moment. And that moment is not just what I'm saying, like right now, like when we finish this program and you're at home and you're brushing your teeth and you're getting ready for bed, like get there. Don't, I'm getting all my teeth. Get to that moment. You're looking at yourself in the mirror and just stop for a second and realize you are alive and you are amazing. You have something that this world needs. The question is, what is that thing? I don't know, because each and every one of us have something different to offer. And, you know, we're caught up because we constantly compare ourselves to those around us instead of looking within to find that genius that you were given. In time, you either search to find it or you give up on it and you find misery instead. We talk about this often too, but you know, having done this for 1,167 days in a row, letting the moment take us places, creating comedy out of thin air, writing songs out of thin air, and speaking words, inspirational rants, whatever you want to call them, has given me the ultimate of peace. You know, like there's nothing that can replace that. I've got my family. I love my family more than anything in this world. And then I have this community, this family that we're building here of people that get the same love. And when we're able to separate from all of the negativity out there, from all of the different storylines that are being pushed in our direction in order to distract us from the moment. I really, truly believe that's what it all is. That's why I do apologize, John. I'm probably going to switch out the thumbnail after the show because I never intended to offend with anything I do on this show. I just thought, I do believe that there's a huge distraction going on right now. Most of this existence of ours is a distraction. And because they don't want us to wake up and realize that together we are strong, continuing to live and drive in the direction we're going, will guarantee one thing, our complete demise. We are not built to divide. We are built to come together. And they know that. That's the thing. The powers that be, whatever they want to call it, those people, the elite, that 1% of the 1%, the Klaus Schwabs of the world, those people, there's no value for human life when it comes to those people because they realize something different than us. They have different information, or maybe they understand some things that we don't, that happen after our existence here, or how things work on this planet. I know there are certain ways that it would have been pretty easy to reach people, you know what I mean? To get people to see what we're doing here by going negative, just going negative on a daily and going negative and just bashing people and doing, it's just not who I am. Like I need to be happy. My philosophy is to affect a positive change. It's not to find a way to succeed while others feel crappy. Like that is the worst. I don't know anybody lives with themselves when they're putting others down in order to succeed. So I show up every day hoping that I can help you guys do something amazing in your lives. So you could wake up tomorrow and be like, man, I'm inspired to get up and do something because of that message I heard on the show last night, because of that new song that came out, because of that funny thing that made me forget about all that crap I dealt with earlier today. This is a journey that I hope you'll join me on, because it's constantly changing, but only for the positive. And we're finding so much crazy content. I can't even, like, I've tried with my intro to go through most of the shows. There's way too many shows we've created on this show to go through them all in an intro. We'll have a 30-minute intro. So we picked a bunch, you know, but this is a rabbit hole show. If you go down that rabbit hole and you start watching some things and you're like, I'm going to go into comedy today, good luck. You'll be there all freaking night. There's so many crazy bits here. They're all off the wall. Go check out the movies. There's 10 hours worth of feature films on this platform and 11 hours worth of original music from the last 12 months, 13 months. I don't know. I truly don't. I pray that I'll never burn out, like to the point where it's like I'm creating too much and I just can't do it. Everybody has help. Like I saw the craziest thing. It was Gary V. You know, we do the Gary V impression. Crushing it. Here, Gary V. I'm at the crash. Going out there to get the dolls. Gonna go out there and get the Barbie dolls. Crushing it. I'm doing the Gary V. And I saw he had put some blog up of his day in the life of Gary V and how many appointments he has and like all the things that are going on. The crazy thing about it was he's got like 70, 80 people working for him and all doing things. And he's just going on a road, someone's setting his appointments. He's going to meeting with people. And it's like, oh my goodness. And yeah, it was a crazy amount of stuff he had. His whole day was packed. It was nuts. But I thought to myself, I'm like, okay, I could do that. Like, you kidding me? Like if you had people actually booking out, you know, guests on the show and providing me with the news stories and taking my content and editing it instead of me editing it. And when I write these songs and create 30-minute pieces, that there's actually some really good producer who takes that and cuts it down to 6 minutes and writes the songs that I'm writing and making these songs. Like that is something that he's able to have gotten to. So when I see it, I'm like, everybody from the outside is like, oh my goodness, how the hell does he do it? And I'm like, dude has so much freaking help. It's like, it's crazy to me. I don't know how the hell I get all this content done is the thing. When I'm selling real estate all day. It's like I do this at night because I can't, you know, I come here and I do this show, I finish up and I work on a bit, you know? And sometimes in between appointments, I'll work on a bit. I'm making phone calls and I'm waiting for a phone call back and I'll finish up a bit. Tomorrow's 1 p.m. piece. I didn't have time today, so I did it in between when I was working on the taxes and when, you know, I was playing with the kids and then they were working on things. So I was like, okay, I got 5 minutes. I worked on a bit real quick. Sometimes they don't require a lot of work, but they do require to be released, delivered to this world, whether 2 people see it or 50 million people see it. They have to be here forever. And I started thinking about something kind of sad and crazy because I saw a story. It's about Alzheimer's. There was at least this crazy story about Alzheimer's that Samuel L. Jackson, I didn't pull it for the show, but Samuel L. Jackson's doing a story. He's doing this movie about Alzheimer's, something Chance Gray or something weird. I don't know. And he said, you know, I'm 73 now. I'm getting old. He's like, and his mother and his grandfather both had Alzheimer's. And he's like, I'm getting nervous that something like that could happen to me. So and he's just the way he was talking about it made me realize that like you want to be able to have memories and you can't sometimes because things like that happen. So the next best thing is pictures. Okay. And if you have pictures, that's great. But what if you instead had basically from December 31st, 2018 until your last breath live on video. And so you're able to review it one day when you don't remember things. Like I hope that doesn't happen to me, but I've cataloged everything for the last 3+ years, every single day for 2+ hours, every night. And we live in the moment. There's so much positivity, inspiration, philosophy, live songwriting, and comedy. And if one day I can't figure out who I am, I'm hoping I can watch this and say, I remember that guy. Because that guy is the spark within. It's the fire we all have. We just need to find. We can't let the world extinguish it. We need to figure out how to bring it back to life. And together we will do it. That is the thing they want to keep from us. Is that together we will do it. Apart we fail. Miserably. Joanne! Got another story here? What are we doing? I'm in the middle of down a rantaroo. You're back there wheezing, I can tell. Because I got John in here. He's like, what is that friggin' noise, Mark? You know, it's not worth it, Joanne. Rising gas prices force drivers to work for less than minimum wage. You know, that makes sense. You're working for less than minimum wage too, Joanne, with your doll hair, deal. We pay her in doll hair. That's her bad. I was laying out the contract deals. This is what we're working with. You come and work 18 hours a day, indentured servitude. You're there in the background. We had to chain her down because she has a humongocarditis that turned to a hot air balloon carditis. And when that happens and she's floating off the ground, studio style, putting my structure, my home at risk. No good. Veruca Salt. Joanne, when are we going to go and get you looked at by Dr. Weasel Fauci? Because I think he has
I've got the formula. Look, all we got to do is put our bugaboo. Get 19 bugaboos, put them in your shoulder. And if you put 470,662 masks.
How many masks? Guys, by Tuesday, the gas prices had gone up to $45. Look, I don't need to read this. Guys, the news is crap, right? Everything's crap. Last story, though, this one right here I want to get into. This one was supposed to go on last night, but we didn't get to it. Scientists simulated 100,000 different futures. Which one we get depends only on us. Most of us have had at least one moment in our lives where we wish we'd made a different choice. It's easy to recognize what went wrong in hindsight, but key factors that could have made all the difference at the time are often easily missed as we experience them. Understanding those pivot points becomes even harder for complex systems as global scales predictive modeling, however, is the one thing that can get us remotely close to pinning down the important factors before they pass us by. To the end, Joanne! To that end, she's always pushing me teleprompter style. To that end, Joanne, environmental policy researcher Francis Moore from the University of California, Davis, and colleagues across the U.S. used computer simulations to predict and analyze 100,000 climate change futures. Climate change? Joanne, I thought this had to do with us. Climate change is a bunch of freaking crap. It's called natural, weather. We're dealing with is a day after tomorrow deal. Like, we're going to have Jake Gyllenhaal. Gyllenhaal? Joanne, is it Gyllenhaal or Gyllenhaal? Can you check the Facebook where it says pronounced like? Yeah, no, could just do the search, go in there, you look at Gyllenhaal, and it says, is it pronounced like Gyllenhaal or pronounced like Gyllenhaal? Like, is this a Jill or Gil? Joanne, you don't know how to log in Facebook? I'm here. I'm done. She's back there wheezing it up with the freaking sausage fingers because of the humongocarditis. And, then she's trying to blame me for it. Why don't you do it, Mark? I'm doing a show, Joanne, right in the middle of it, She can't do it. I'm going to call it Gyllenhaal. It's Jake Gyllenhaal, is what I'm saying. Some people didn't know, so we just went to Gyllenhaal, and at the end, and it works actually too. He got an Oscar when we changed it to Gyllenhaal. When he was Gyllenhaal and he was Gyllenhaal, nobody liked it. They're like, this guy sucks. Water freaking boy, working in a bubble boy or whatever. No, I'm sorry. No, you come in Gyllenhaal? Yeah, no, because we start thinking gajillionaire. He's gonna be a gajillionaire. I gotta give that guy the part. Comes out there in a friggin' bubble. Hey guys, look at me. It's Gyllenhaal. Doing it. Look, when Gyllenhaal came out and he had like the paper from his senior year thesis, and they were like, Gyllenhaal, we're so proud of you. We're going to give you $1 gajillion. And they were just kind of razzing him, He's going to be a movie star one day. They're like, yeah, all right, Gyllenhaal. And then one day they were like, oh, I shortened it to Gyllenhaal. Freaking, are you kidding me? Prima Donna style? Right, Joanne? He was Gyllenhaal. Now he's Gyllenhaal. Now he's Gyllenhaal. Which one is he? Joanne, you still haven't figured it out? I thought while I was vamping, you were checking. You're not doing it? It's times like this that you realize you need a better, assistant than Joanne. Joanne! Stop throwing your friggin' envelopes of hair at me, Like, we did it. I only pay her doll hair, $500 an episode, and I cut him off. We go to a tag sale, Gary V style. He's there. He's trying to make a profit.
He's doing, oh, guys, I'm here, Gary V, crushing it at tag sale. I'm gonna turn this profit. Bought it for $3, sell it for $3.30. Made profit 30 cents. I had to pay eBay fees, but still made profit a penny. He still made profit. He's crushing it. But I'm there. I'm buying dolls, Barbie dolls, chopping off the head. You know, I put the head back after I've shaved the head and get the doll hair together for Joanne. And then I call Gary V, you know. Gary, what's up? Hold on, I'm going to try this real quick. Gary. Yeah, it's Mark Pyers from the Mark Pyers Renaissance Man show. Look at Gary. Man, I didn't know you were such a massive fan of that show. Look, I appreciate it, Gary. I just had a question. Look, I know you're crushing it right now. Literally 12:55, you're there crushing it. It's going into Sunday morning, but I just had to ask you a question. I got some freaking doll hairs that are no longer on these Barbies. We don't know what happened. If there's some sort of weird, like reaction to some chemicals, it could have been something weird like that, but there's no hair on these dolls. Okay. I want you to take them and sell them for a profit. Crushing it. Joanne. Can't get anybody to do the job anymore. Got to deal with freaking Joanne and the wheezing. It's a shame, because I just wanted to get through the night. I'm going to play you guys a couple of quick tunes that are not on an album yet. This song right here is actually going on the next album, but it's not on an album yet. An example of two songs that we came up with in the last 2 weeks here, and I have to drop. I really do. The album for March, April, I'm not really sure. I'm taking it slow this year. I'm just going to drop a few albums. I'm not going to put an album out a month like I did last year. That was crazy. But this song right here should be on an album already. It shouldn't be sitting. Should not be sitting. This is called Rise Up Like the Sun. Let me know what you think of it. Come on. Yeah, check it out, get your life perfect. You gotta get the outer chase. I get the section no silver. You know I got the hot date at 9 to 5 p.m. You gotta get down, get to the spin, you get the castlery. What are you talking about over there? They should hire me for that commercial. Would have been better. The rooster cock-a-doodle-doo. The farmer goes to start the day like you do. The sunrise is all in the birds chirping. Oh, and rise up as one, rise up like the sun. Rising years, yeah. Now you're living in a constant state of fear. Rising like the sun. Society today is drowning in the hatred and the fear that's being delivered day to day. Yeah, and you can't say no, only replay every single news channel. It's the same story. Yeah, you can't get away, no, unless you can shut off the negativity. Come join me in the light. Yeah, yeah, rising like the sun. Rising like the sun. Rising like the sun. understand the score. Yeah, they've almost got us out the door. We need to rise up like the sun. 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 Rise up like the sun, yes. It's the only way you're connecting, yes. It's the way we got to get through this together. Yeah, we cannot listen to the lies of a world that's trying to divide. When we know inside you need to rise up like the sun. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All together we're going to rise up like the sun. Ain't no stopping us, no. We grow, yeah, around the world, yeah. We rise up like the sun. Ain't no stopping when the birds, yeah, we rise up like the sun, yeah. Rise up like the sun. 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 We got to rise up like the sun. To rise up like the sun. We to rise up like the sun. Rise up like the sun. So we need to do as a fam, rising it up like the sun, coming together as one. And we will, fam and friends. It's only a matter of time. How do I know? Because I keep freaking showing up. That's why I know. I wouldn't keep showing up if there was no reason to keep showing up. But there's absolutely a reason to keep showing up. Because we're making magic on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? Guys, I do want to share something with you. It's called the Bang Biggity Boo. Wow, I didn't realize that the driverless car bit was 45 minutes long. How many views? There's probably not any views because of that. 53. That's a hilarious bit, though. The whole thing with the self-driver car was nuts. The news today is one big flocking joke. That was a great one, too. Oh, I got one really quick. This is just a little comedy bit song on the way out here that I did. That we were doing a story here, and this happened. Now, I have a song I wrote years ago called Victor the Russian Spy. This is kind of a spin-off. Check this out. It's short and sweet.
You see, in 1899 we dropped this. You see, in 1899 we dropped this pandemic on the peoples. Everyone died. Oh, you can't get by. No, everyone got the COVID flu. We make it in a plate the zoo. You have it when you're there in Russia. You have it with your vodka and you say, Babushka, come in, we'll have it together. We go okay. We have to get the bugaboo so we can be okay, me and you. Oh no, we drink vodka instead. Oh yeah, that makes us fine. Some people wonder what happened to Victor. He was the guy who had the time to kill all of the victims. They say, look, I saw Victor. He come through, he hide, he come in the trees, he come to kill us, 1, 2, 3. I can't get away, he's got the poison. He poisoned us all. He poisons his cat, his dog. He poisons his goldfish. What is wrong with Victor? He crazy. He poisoned everybody. Victor have no friend, no. But the Russian flu, he got the chance to give it to me and you. Oh, 1889, you have the Russian time. You make it the flu, you give it to you. You're going to fare better than any time. Look, we have immunity now. This was all on purpose. We have to have an immunity so you could go get the immunity. I don't know what I'm saying now, Joanne. It's Victor, the Russian spy, right?
Oh, yes. Good old Victor the Russian spy, right, guys? When you're doing it, you're doing it. And we did it again, didn't we, guys? 1,167 days in a row of craziness. It's another great show. I have to drop this as a podcast as well. I've been dropping podcasts. If you didn't see, I think I pinned it above so you guys can see each week I'm going to be dropping a ton of podcasts too. So if you listen to podcasts, tune into the Renaissance Man Show. It's going to be one of the shows from the last 1,167 days. And it's different when you listen to it. I always say that. You get whole different meanings and thoughts coming through your head when you're listening to this show as opposed to watching this show. And I know that because I'll listen to it sometimes when I'm driving because I'm in the middle of editing and I'm just hearing what things sound like. And man, it hits me different when I'm hearing the tone of my voice over seeing and hearing. It's a different thing. So anyway, if you have a chance to, check out the podcast. Oh, Wendy, you rock. Thank you so much for your support. You rock. Christine Seidman, you rock. We got Renee kicking it. Wendy, we were talking about earlier. I hope you're going to be able to get some really good service out of this person we found over there. And in general, we're hoping to connect people here, but not only to each other and to the positivity that exists in this world, but also to the real estate needs that they have. That's what I really started this show originally to do. That was to be able to help you guys find the best possible agent wherever you live in order to help you with your real estate needs. Because when you go to buy a home, you're going to only ask a certain set of questions. Unless you know what questions to ask, you're not going to have any idea. And you're going to ask like
basic questions. You want somebody who's going to ask pointed questions for you in order to get you the best agent, and that's what someone who's been doing it for 13 years plus can do for you. So we'll talk more about that going forward, but remember, guys, you're awesome. Head over to the link tree. You can see all my links, and don't forget the Saki is crappy t-shirts. If you guys have not seen that yet, Saki is full of crappy, and I'll show you that real quick. I made t-shirts. If you go to Truth, it's Truth Bomber at my Shopify. I'm going to see if I can pull it up for you. Here we go. Real quick so you guys can see this. This is the newest t-shirt by Renaissance Man. And it looky like this. First of all, there's the site. How about a fresh Saki of crappy? And then right here, this is our shirts. I'll show you the ladies. Oh my goodness. Renee, thank you so much for your donation. Guys, Renee rocks. And guys, donating means so much. Thank you so much. Check this out. Leaving a Saki of crappy on every American doorstep. That's Saki. And then here you go. Here's your back. Let me circle back with a lit Saki of crappy. Give that to you. How about that? Guys, remember, when you got a lit Saki of crappy and like everybody's out there together doing it, that's not good. You want to make sure that you're able to get your own shirt, and that when you go out, you recall the fact that you're the only person to see it once is you. Like, you see it when you're looking at it and putting it on, and you don't have to look at that freaking rat face again. You know what I mean? After that, you're like, it's a Saki of crappy for everybody else to look at and be like triggered by. Oh, goodness. The other thing I'll throw on here, because Jacqueline is a supporter of this, and I really appreciate it very, very much. But over on Patreon, you can become a supporter of this program, the longest running variety show on planet Earth, and join the Patreon over there and support the program. If not, sharing is caring. Just tell people about the show, and I will see you tomorrow for Sunday evening. I'll be on early for Sunday. Oh, yeah, you can believe that. Until then, fam, friends, Bobby Chizzy, my brother, and Brittany Poplin, the couple across, well, how far are you guys away? About 6 hours, I'd say. No, I drive fast, but not that fast. Oh, goodness, you guys are awesome. I love it when you come here and join us. Christine Seidman, killing it and grilling it. I gotta freaking get Kill It and Grill It's bit out there. Oh, I forgot about that. That's gotta be dropped. Jacqueline Grace, Pamela Swan, Renee Woods, Trish Killian, and Wendy. Guys, don't forget, Wendy Pooh Bear kicking it. Don't forget, tomorrow 1 p.m. we have a premiere. And I want you guys to join me for it. This is the link right here. Where's the friggin' link, dude? Where's the link, dot? Where'd you put it, dot? There it is, right here. They're limiting it. That's right, I told you that. It's called Wordplay Anyone, and it has to do with Asikuchi. It's this really great city in the middle of somewhere, in like a friggin', I don't even know where it is, but it became a comedy bit. So make sure you join me there tomorrow, fam and friends. And until then, it's Mark Pyers. And it's Renaissance Man. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. You got to go away. Yeah. Until tomorrow, fam. Until tomorrow.